Hello and welcome to Comspark Magazine interview series. I am Jordan Kirk. I'm here with Ahead, and we are partnered today with Comspark. Today I will be interviewing Mike Sullivan from Bob Evans. Mike, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks, Jordan.
Awesome. Yes. So obviously, a few questions, right? Some things I wanted to chat through today and kind of get to know you a little bit better and within your organization. So can you just kind of give us an overview, your role at Bob Evans, how long you've been there, just kind of like a little summary, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I'm the Chief Information Officer with Bob Evans Farms, not to be confused with Bob Evans Restaurants. The company split about 4 years ago. So we're the company that manufactures and sells food items into the grocery channels. I've been with the company 29 years. So I spent my entire career here with Bob Evans.
Awesome. So just a short little stint, 29 years. That's awesome.
Yeah. I tell people I was here before email. So, and some people, some of the younger employees don't quite understand that concept, but
I love it. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Obviously you've spent 29 years there, your career path, what got you there, just a little background.
Yeah, well, personally, I'm married to my wife, Tracy. We've got 4 adult children, and they're all starting careers and families of their own. So we've got two grandchildren and one on the way. So awesome. a lot of fun in the Sullivan household. From a career standpoint, I was probably IT employee number 8 or 9 with Bob Evans. My first job was operating and managing our data center operations. And that was back in a time when we printed payroll checks for every employee. And we were working with floppy disks and moving them from one System 36 to another. So I've certainly seen quite a few changes in my time at Bob Evans. But I learned how to do some coding, took a development role a few years after I joined the company, got into management, and then have progressed through the ranks in IT. I actually took a stint with the business for several years, starting in 2013, worked on a large ERP project and helped our plants get Oracle eBiz installed in all of our plant locations, and then spent 3 years in the supply chain area with working with procurement and purchasing, and then came back to IT about 3 years ago and have been head of IT since. So it's been a very
awesome.
cool.
Cool evolution through the company. Yeah, that sounds great. So now, are you local to Ohio? Have you spent most of your life here, or?
Yeah. I was born here in Central Ohio. I went to high school out in Madison County, and I spent my first 2 years of college at Ohio State and transferred to Duke, finished up at Duke, and then came back to Central Ohio and joined Bob Evans shortly thereafter.
So I guess a little bit about your company, right? You've been there for quite a while, so you know the ins and outs. For those that aren't, super familiar, maybe behind the scenes, how large are you now as a company, right? A little bit about, products that maybe people aren't aware that you guys still support today, like maybe just an overview to help people understand a little bit more about what you guys do.
Bob Evans Farms, we're part of Post Holdings now, so we're part of the Post family. We're about $700 to $800 million in revenue annually, about 1,300 employees, across manufacturing locations. We've got a transportation division, so we've got folks that deliver products and tractor trailers to our customers, and then a corporate office. And so we make and we sell refrigerated food products, primarily side dishes, sausage, sandwiches, liquid eggs. So many of you might be familiar with refrigerated mashed potatoes, mac and cheese that you can buy.
They're delicious.
Yeah. I think
I've ate them myself personally. Yeah, that's awesome. So in your role, I guess a little bit of detail around obviously how long you've spent in your role and maybe some goals in your role over the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. So I'm very appreciative of the time I get to spend working on the business side. So I would consider a different point of view now than I did before on what our business needs from an IT services standpoint. So, the first and most important thing is that we just need to make sure that our IT organization continues to stay aligned with the strategic initiatives and goals that our company sets. For the short term, we're focused on some initiatives that support our supply chain and our manufacturing operations teams, some important projects that we're working side by side with them on here in the upcoming year. we're always trying to improve our ability to glean insights from data, and we've got a lot of data. We've got some really nice reporting platforms, and we've got investments that we're making with our team to try to continue to glean more insights and be able to perform analytics over that data. And then my boss always is charging me to make sure that we're acquisition ready. Being a member of the Post Holdings family, they're an investment company, so we're always looking at the potential of acquiring a new company, and we got to make sure that our IT team is prepared and ready to do so when that call comes.
Obviously, you spent your career there, right? So if you could go back to your 25-year-old self, what advice would you give yourself back then?
Well, I would say, and this probably is more on a personal level than maybe professional, but it applies to both. As I was graduating from college, I probably had more of a self-centric viewpoint of the world, and thinking about what I wanted to do, what my plans were, what my intentions were for my life. And as you grow older, you realize that true joy and happiness and fulfillment comes from helping others. And so that's important to me now. And I guess I would advise my 25-year-old self that's important, and I maybe could have learned that lesson a little bit earlier in my life.
That's a great, and obviously you're in the right role for that. So that's great. Mike, I very much appreciate your time today, and sharing, a little bit of information with me regarding your role at Bob Evans Farms, and a little bit about your guys' next future here, the next 3 to 5 years. And thanks so much again for your time, and I look forward to hopefully future conversations.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, Jordan.